大会开发者主论坛现场。本次大会即将开始，请尽快就座，并将手机等通讯设备调整至震动或静音状态。感谢您的理解与配合。
Ambitious sparks of light, teams up now, plant the seed. Greatness goes through. Let's go. Trace the future race. We can try on a bold defining stage. Outside. Shine, this is our time.
Distinguished guests, dear partners, welcome to The 2025 Volt Engine Winter Force Conference. This is the Developer Day. I am the host, Xiaoji. Thank you. Recently, the development and application of AI agents have become a hot topic of discussion, with more and more developers leveraging the development platform of HiAgent to improve efficiency and create value. We are witnessing a new era of agent development based on AI Cloud Native. Next, let's give a big round of applause to President Tan Dai for her wonderful opening remarks. Please welcome President Tan.
Dear developers, good morning, everyone. It's my honor to be on this team to discuss with you the rapidly evolving field of agent development. As developers, we are thrilled in this era as new technologies emerge every day, and there's new things to create. Of course, there's a bit of anxiety too, as one might fall behind without paying attention. For example, the Tencent agent we introduced yesterday, I believe everyone has experienced it when registering for the conference. It is actually a typical agent application, which is very different from the previous registration experience based on H5 forms. It actually integrates intelligent recommendations, intelligent check-in, and intelligent summarization, allowing users to communicate with the agent through natural language, easily completing the conference check-in and the final meeting summary. This application is actually based on the latest agent kit launched by Volt Engine, a brand new platform and suite for agent development to build. Moreover, compared with traditional agent development, its entire code volume has been reduced by 96%, and you only need less than 70 lines of code to complete these 3 agents. Moreover, because the services it uses are all encapsulated in advance based on the suite, SDK, and service, its stability has been greatly improved, and it is also easier to push it to the online production environment. This is also our core concept. We hope to allow developers to truly focus on creating business value rather than being bothered by cumbersome peripheral code. Similarly, at the tool level, Volt Engine has also built a comprehensive tool ecosystem for process development. And for different levels of development needs, we provide tree and codes, as well as one-stop agent workstations, and agent. Now, Tree has become the No.1 AI ID tool in China, with over 1.6 million monthly active users. Codes has also reached 3 million monthly active developers, making it the largest agent development platform in China. Behind these numbers, I think it not only reflects our perseverance in technological innovation, but also shows the love and trust of our developer friends in our products. Later, my colleagues will bring you more detailed information about some of the latest powerful features of Tree and Codes. We also released a new AI cloud-native product with large language model at its core, in which Volt Engine provides rich tools, platforms, and solutions, which are not only for enterprises, but more importantly, for developers and enterprises. Today's conference will also provide a lot of introductions, discussions, and hands-on experiments on these tools and products. I hope it can enlighten everyone, and let's explore the technology of agent together, reshaping our new way of interacting with large language model, and creating a brand new paradigm of product iteration. With the continuous development of large language model technology, the development of agent has also seen new changes. Firstly, the threshold for developers has been greatly reduced, expanding from professional technical personnel to everyone's ability to program. I remember when I first started learning programming, I had to learn data structures, write algorithms, understand operating systems and databases, and many other specialized knowledge. Now, with new methods like web coding, even business personnel without much programming background can easily realize their creativity through natural language, solving problems at work. Secondly, the development model has shifted from traditional imperative coding to more goal-oriented AI coding. In the past, our own programmers needed to understand the business logic, using various if-else statements and judgments. Occasionally, algorithms were added to specify how the program should be executed. Now, the way of writing code has completely changed. We tell the agent through the prompt that you are an excellent salesperson or HR, and give the goal to the large language model, which can then plan based on its own capabilities and think, execute, and call tools. Additionally, we continuously optimize the agent's performance through evaluation. This is a very different approach from traditional programming. Thirdly, the logic of data processing has also changed. Previously, we mainly interacted with databases and data warehouses, but now context management is very important. We need to make full use of the LLM's window through better context management, enabling the LLM to handle long-term tasks and internal corporate knowledge. Then, it can complete the tasks and continuously improve its performance. Now, let's watch a video about some developers in this new era. Watch this.
Real-time voice, precisely capturing the intention behind the person, is quite difficult. After integrating the Bilbo model, the phone digital employee is more anthropomorphic to help you solve problems.
Volcano Engine has many models, and I can use a key to call different models. There are many instructions for the model call method, which greatly help me shorten the development time. In fact, I have already made about 5 or 6 such applications.
The Intelligent Creation Cloud of Volt Engine is an on-call solution, which is very suitable for e-commerce marketing scenarios. The effective custom 4.0 generation is very accurate, and Prompt Pilot can optimize prompts, making video creation with style transfer very quickly. At that time, the client was very amazed.
I hope to see more and more agents across various industries that can truly empower businesses.
Looking forward to exploring the AI universe with Volt Engine.
Yes, I think the voices of these frontline developers are the most touching, and it's great to see these stories of Volt Engine developers. From his story, we can also see the changes brought about by technology, because there are university teachers who have transitioned, experienced full-stack developers, and innovative entrepreneurs. It is their own creativity and code that have truly enabled the landing of AI technology in various industries. In order to better help developers learn and master the technology of agents, today I am also very happy to announce 3 important measures of Volt Engine for developers. First, the developer community of Volt Engine has been fully upgraded to the agent developer community, which also indicates our clearest strategy. We hope to provide developers with a full range of growth paths from learning to practice around the development of agents. Second, we also officially launched a new core developer program for agents. We sincerely invite technical preachers and experts in the community to join this program, and selected core developers can get Volt Engine vouchers, as well as all-round technical training and other support. We hope to make them the preachers of agent technology through core developers, so as to influence more developers. Third, we also officially launched the City Community Project for Agent Developers, and currently we have set up local communities in Beijing, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Chengdu. And our plan is to expand the entire community program to more than 10 cities across the country by 2026. This plan will be automatically initiated and participated by local volunteers. Then build a good local agent interest community to help more local developers learn agent development together. At the same time, in order to support more efficient innovation, Volcano Engine's AI voice generation architecture also provides complete agent-oriented development components, platforms, and tools. First, at the model layer, we provide a powerful Doubao LLM family, covering programming, creation, audio and video generation, as well as multimodal scenarios. Moreover, we also support mainstream open-source models in the industry, followed by Volcano Arc, which offers efficient MOS services, helping everyone make better use of large language models in a more cost-effective and accessible manner. It also provides more advanced reinforcement learning solutions, as well as combined solutions like inference outsourcing and AI search, further lowering the barriers to programming. Additionally, we offer a wide range of tools for agent development and operations, including Agent Kit, HiAgent, and more. These tools can meet the needs of developers at different levels. Based on these tools, whether you're a novice developer just starting out with agents or an experienced professional, you can find a suitable development approach on VoltEngine. Lastly, we know that the agent is not only a tool for problem solving, but also a key to breaking through the boundaries of innovation. Therefore, we have joined hands with professionals in the scientific research industry and hope to leverage better AI technology to further advance scientific research. Lastly, I'd like to show you a video to understand the in-depth cooperation between VoltEngine and Shanghai InnoSpace. After the video, my colleagues will present even more exciting content. Thank you all.
Okay. It's my honor to share some of our explorations on VoltEngine in the Alpha-5 field. VoltEngine has a strong background in the field of artificial intelligence, and it's a qualified company. Shanghai InnoSpace started on September 12th last year, and up to this year, it's ultimately a talent cultivation organization. A very important starting point of our talent cultivation is to cultivate talents in actual combat. The signals we explore at the cutting edge of the industry constitute such a frontier. Around these frontiers, we have currently laid out some fields, including cognitive intelligence in reasoning, multimodal, called situational intelligence, and in the field of embodied intelligence, we have also conducted in-depth exploration in scientific intelligence. The first is to truly build a closed loop of scientific research, from reading literature, data analysis, laboratory experiments, and achievement summaries. Researchers can complete on one platform, greatly accelerating innovation and discovery. The second is to promote the prosperity of the AR/XR ecosystem through the sharing of data sets and tool chains, promoting scientific research exchanges. More importantly, for the change in scientific research methods, previously relying on experiments for trial and error, now relying on AI for intelligent prediction. Previously, only large laboratories could use supercomputers. Now small laboratories can also enjoy the same computing power and AR capabilities. To exponential innovation, I think our collaboration with VoltEngine aims to create a unified tool that benefits scientists. Currently, every unit needs to develop its own models, and they all develop tools, which is a low-level repetition. VoltEngine has advantages in computing power and infrastructure, and we can combine these with our strengths in talent cultivation and academic disciplines. Therefore, this is a complementary and mutually beneficial project. VoltEngine's AI voice technology infrastructure provides integrated computing power for intelligent computing, supercomputing, and general-purpose computing. It also meets the scheduling of large model training and heterogeneous computing power, AR pharmaceuticals, and material science. We have served national laboratories, providing paper interpretation, writing reviews, and generating research hypotheses. This has helped us improve the efficiency of scientific research. It truly combines technology and market. In the future, more disruptive achievements like AlphaFold may emerge. To cultivate talents like AlphaFold, an ecosystem needs to be formed.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Tan, for the wonderful sharing. We have seen that in the era of agent, the infinite possibilities of developers, it is definitely inseparable from the support of the platform and AI tools. Woody, the person in charge of intelligent algorithms of VoltEngine, to bring you the application of Volcano Arc to help developers build the next generation of agents. Let's see what capabilities Volcano Arc can bring to developers. Please welcome Woody.
Developers, the most valuable creators in this AI era, all novel tech concepts, ultimately need to go through our practices to be transformed into world-changing applications. Volcano Arc LLM service platform in addition to helping companies implement, is also a great helper for every programmer and developer. Our mission is to become your most reliable and cordial tech companion. Today, everyone is talking about agents. What will the next generation of agent applications look like? We believe that it is not just an exploration, but ultimately it needs to align with business needs. So we believe that agents need to have the capability of long-term memory and should also be able to evolve with business data changes and accurately perform complex multi-step tasks. Today, we will discuss from a technical implementation perspective the product capabilities and technologies related to Volcano Arc. First, let's take a look at the API. The unification of the multimodal model API is an important trend in the industry. We have launched the Response API, which has two important features. Firstly, it has native context management capabilities. It can easily support the chain management of multi-turn dialogues, and text, image, or mixed modal data can all be seamlessly connected. When the Response API and caching capabilities are combined, developers can achieve lower latency and better cost efficiency. For cached context tokens, developers can also enjoy lower prices. In many of our real enterprise application scenarios, the overall cost reduction can be as high as 80%. Second, the Response API can independently choose the tools to call. After the user initiates a single request, it can respond with a combination of multiple built-in tools or custom functions, helping developers solve more complex interactive agent tasks. B2B e-commerce product information management usually faces a large amount of data, as well as some challenges such as high duplication rates and prominent compliance risks. Based on the Response API, Keexing Group combines work such as internet search and knowledge base to build an excellent intelligent product operation platform, which relies on the Doubao large model, enabling automated review, covering key aspects such as data collection, duplication check, and price comparison, boosting product listing efficiency by 80%, reducing errors and omissions to below 2%, significantly enhancing review efficiency and accuracy, while significantly reducing operating costs. Based on the Response API, Gaotu Education is building intelligent customer service at multiple business levels. In education exercises involving multiple rounds of dialogue, Gaotu partners with Doubao, achieving automatic context management through the Response API, reducing development difficulty while saving computational resources and costs, bringing a smoother multi-turn dialogue experience for students and users. In the past year, we've seen more and more developers creating countless valuable AI applications. In addition to efficient and user-friendly APIs, simpler tool call chains are also attracting significant attention from developers. To address this, the Arc platform has launched an experience center for developer mode, where our programmers no longer need to manually write all the complex model call logic. The Arc platform provides a better visual development environment based on the Response API, allowing developers to use request-generated parameters like using an IDE tool and connect multiple rounds of context, call multiple tools, and so on, making the basic programming of the model simpler. Let's watch this video.
Turn on developer mode, and you can switch between multiple languages with one click, making tool invocation clear at a glance. No need to manually arrange the process, and multiple MCPs can be automatically invoked. Complete complex tasks independently. Making money has never been easier.
With every request, we utilize fundamental tools for each model, and every stream of output can be node presented in this experience center, a helpful feature for programmers to debug and locate issues faster. The developer mode is currently in testing for early-stage developers and will gradually be opened up to all clients in the future. Now, let's talk about reinforcement learning. In the past few months, we have observed a rapid increase in RL's computational consumption. Model training is evolving from a simple deep learning task into an evolving distributed system that integrates elements like inference, training, reward, and environment simulation. Starting from September 2023, ByteDance has developed its own VRL reinforcement learning framework, and after some period of internal intensive refinement, it was officially open-sourced around October 2024. So far, nearly 460 contributors have been active on GitHub, and over 40 frameworks and open-source libraries have been built based on V1, and most of them have received a good number of stars and attention. V1 is becoming one of the most influential open-source reinforcement learning frameworks. In the future, we will continue to enhance the capabilities of V1, including supporting more models and reinforcement learning strategies, and being compatible with mainstream VLA and VLM models such as OpenPI, OpenVLA, and GLUT for reinforcement learning operations. Additionally, we will enhance support for reinforcement simulation environments and interaction efficiency, providing a more unified simulation environment interface, compatible with various mainstream different CPU and AI chips. More real-time interaction with the simulation environment during the rollout process. In addition to the continuous development of the EARN open source framework, we are also working to make VIL more user-friendly and more productized. Volcano Arc provides a more accessible serverless reinforcement learning experience. Our goal is to allow developers to focus more on business logic without getting bogged down in the tedious engineering details. Just like this iceberg, our developers should pay more attention to the reward function closely connected to the business, data closed loop, and business logic, leaving the more complex details to Arc. Let's take a look at this demo.
To help the agent better meet application needs, Volcano Arc launched Serverless 2.0, which supports multi-scenario effect optimization through reinforcement learning. Taking HiAgent as an example, users only need to define the business logic and scoring criteria. Then they can conveniently initiate reinforcement learning. The platform will automatically complete the training configuration, resource scheduling, and results saving. After the reinforcement learning, the interface management is intuitive and convenient, and the training trajectory is visible in real time, helping to continuously optimize the results. The Volcano Arc makes reinforcement learning easier for real business.
At Volcano Arc, non-professionals can easily try reinforcement learning by focusing more on the reward mechanism, environment simulation, and data closed loop. We also encourage our developers to try different reinforcement learning algorithms to quickly explore the benefits in different scenarios. We also provide sufficient flexibility for senior developers, allowing them to insert the rollout and reward functions into the entire system in the form of relatively black-boxed model training issues. The Arc also provides trajectory-level visualization tools to help developers more quickly identify problems and analyze why the model strategy led to such results. Finally, the implementation of reinforcement learning requires repeated debugging and trial and error, and the Arc platform will waive fees for errors caused by its own system problems and only charge for successfully delivered checkpoints. In the future AI development landscape, we also see that besides reinforcement learning and agent development, there are two very important areas, which is to provide good input for humans and end users, and to form a better connection between AI technology and enterprises. The other is to provide good input for models and agents, which means doing a good job in context management. This is a very resource-intensive field that may accelerate exponentially and highly relies on some cloud computing tools. The development of large language models in recent years has greatly enhanced the capability of information processing. We can imagine that if the model runs 50 times faster, it will take many times more data than today. We believe that knowledge bases, vector bases for semantic retrieval, search engines, and a massive high-quality reference image library high-quality reference video library, and so on, will be the core infrastructure of various enterprises in the future. They can better help the model unleash its capabilities and obtain greater industrial value. An important trend in 2026 is the continuous improvement of multimodal model capabilities, such as image and video generation, which will bring about huge opportunities for reference image and video libraries, and also put higher requirements on our basic recall and sorting capabilities, as well as the demands of developers. These demands may come from the combination of multiple modalities or based on some past business demands, customized, more semantic, and more natural instructions. For example, the vector library used to have a very simple and straightforward process. First, use semantic similarity to find the most similar content in the instruction, and then retrieve it through embedding. But in the real world, our users often ask some more complex and vague conditions. For example, in addition to what they want, they will also say what they don't want, what they rule out, and what they need to be cheaper, or what is within a certain condition. If we only rely on traditional embedding semantic similarity, these types of issues can actually be easily recalled, but not easily ranked accurately. For example, images that do not contain certain elements, right? However, many of our past basic models might do the opposite and recall more images that contain certain elements first, because they are closer in semantics. Therefore, relying solely on traditional vector recall in the past 1 or 2 years, a large number of results that do not match human intentions often mixed in. To solve these problems, the VikingDB vector database upgraded its progressive information retrieval solution this time, with vector similarity only responsible for the first step, trying to find all possible relevant results, leveraging our system advantages and the advantages of more accurate embedding models to maximize the recall rate first. Next, the Viking vector library will use the ranking algorithm of the Dobau LLM to make more refined semantic judgments and rankings on the recall results, and handle complex logics such as negation and comparison in the ranking, ultimately putting the result that best meets human requirements at the top. Behind the entire VikingDB vector library and Viking knowledge base, it is a manifestation of the capabilities supported by the embedding model and re-ranking model of the Dobau LLM. The first phase of vector recall aims to fully cover, and the recall rate is very important. The Dobau embedding model is continuously upgraded, bringing better and stronger cross-modal retrieval capabilities. In many cross-modal evaluation lists, our embedding model's image and video vectorization tasks can still reach a relatively SOTA state. They can better and more accurately understand and retrieve image and video materials. The second phase of the re-ranking model undertakes semantic ranking work, enabling the model to more accurately understand users' complex intents and logic, such as the negation and comparison mentioned earlier. The perfect collaboration between the re-ranking model and the embedding model enables the final large language model to more easily and accurately understand and generate. The two complement each other and together support the leading capabilities of the entire Viking system. As for memory and personalized experience, they are also very important factors for AI applications to create long-term value. Through the Viking memory, we provide enterprises and developers with ready-to-use memory and personalization capabilities. For example, in the scenario of children's learning, AI search makes our hardware experience more interesting. The Ling Universe's small square machine accesses the capabilities of the Viking memory, creating a product with memory and warmth, bringing better personalization experience to customers. Let's watch the video.
The small square machine represents Ling Universe's exploration of future human-computer interaction and contextualized learning, with our main users being AI natives of the alpha era, who rely on text input technology, making it too difficult for kids to use. It has severe latency issues and struggles to effectively express a good long-term memory in interactions. Volcano Engine's Wake's long-term memory boasts two key capabilities: precise event capture and long-term portrait modeling. It can swiftly capture the content of the interactive dialogue flow during the child's communication and store it in a vector knowledge base. By integrating its long sequence memory with the dialogue content of the large model, a better AI agent with memory capabilities can be created.
Recently, we have further upgraded the Viking memory. For instance, in terms of memory capabilities, today's Viking memory can not only remember plain text, but also multimodal content such as images and texts. And in terms of system performance, Viking memory has improved its extraction strategies, and on the basis of preserving key memory segments, it has further incorporated advanced compression, which can also be recalled in a targeted manner during conversations. Like these technological improvements, effectively reduce token consumption for model input, as well as offline slicing storage consumption, thereby significantly reducing resource consumption. Let's take a look at this demo.
User interaction data continues to grow rapidly, and Volcano Viking Memory supports extremely large-scale processing throughput, achieving ultimate memory compression, and can flexibly adjust memory rules according to business needs. Support adjusting event rules and portrait rules, precisely extract interaction details, and accumulate long-term user portraits. The memory extraction strategy is flexible, meeting the memory needs of various industries. It supports multimodal content memory, not only remembering text, but also freezing visual memories. It precipitates user portraits and enhances personalized experiences. It expands the scenario of image and text drawing.
Powerful memory ability, combined with a very large knowledge base, can bring out the synergy of 1 + 1 greater than 2, providing high-quality context management tools for LLM developers. During the conversation, the images, videos, documents, etc., uploaded by our developers can be precisely passed into knowledge by our system for the LLM to refer to for answering. Valuable user memories and accurate task memories can be extracted, enhancing personalized interaction experience. Let's take a look at an example of a mobile assistant.
The WikiVic memory base is deeply integrated with the knowledge base, helping companies build smarter mobile assistants. It supports full modal data uploading, precise segmentation of complex documents, and simultaneously refines users' personalized usage characteristics, deep understanding of video images, synchronously extracting core entities and key events, and achieving multidimensional memory accumulation, personalized knowledge retrieval, and Q&A. Based on historical memory, personalized question rewriting is carried out. Millisecond precise retrieval. Understand what you want and answer what you need. Accurate execution of memory-guided tasks. Input flight itinerary tasks. Match historical experience. Let every task be completed. More worry-free and efficient. VoltEngine looks forward to working with developers to explore together the infinite possibilities of AI technology. Thank you all.
Thanks, Woody, for that wonderful sharing. You've shown us the many capabilities of the Volcano Arc for developers and a great experience. You're welcome to keep following and experiencing the Responses API, VRL, and many other products and features of Volcano Engine. We wish you a more efficient and convenient journey of agent development. In the present era, where AI is reshaping productivity, has enabled millions of people to effortlessly break the barriers of software creation and become the first choice for AI development. Today, this product that has accompanied us in the AI era will usher in a disruptive evolution. Now let's welcome Kiao Yu, the lead engineer of COES, to unveil COES' major update. Please.
Hello everyone, I'm Kiao Yu. It's my pleasure to have such a fun communication with you at the FOSS conference today. Before my speech officially starts, I would like to apologize first. Just now, I heard many audience whispering under the stage, saying, "Why is the profile picture of the guest a robot? It must be an agent on stage. Voltrans is so amazing." I'm looking forward to it. Sorry, I'm still a real person. But today my speech and PPT were written by Coz. So I'll set a blag first. Next year, we will definitely use Coz to create an agent to help me give such a public speech. All right, let's get back on track. The title of my speech today is Say Goodbye to Dragging and Embrace the Flow. As the title metaphorically suggests, Coz will have a major update today. Before I introduce our new features, please allow me to spend a little time talking about some background stories of Coz and where this product came from. Coz was born at the end of 2023, and it has been close to 2 years today. In the current era of rapid development of artificial intelligence, a product that has been around for 2 years is almost considered outdated. Although we have iterated and released many features in the middle, our original intention has never changed. So what is our original intention? Why did we make Coz back then? I still remember one day in 2023, when I first discovered that large language models had the ability of logical understanding. As an entrepreneur who has been in the software industry for many years, I realized that something might happen. If logic can be expressed in natural language, then programming can be done without coding. The supply relationship of the software industry may undergo earth-shaking changes. Based on this judgment, we decided to make a product which enables non-coders to create truly useful programs and apps, allowing every creative person to show their talents, making software productivity equal for all. This is the original intention and starting point of Coz. At that time, large language models still had many flaws, such as unstable logical understanding, slow reasoning speed, and not being able to call tools, and so on. So we focused on these flaws of large language models and gradually improved our product, including our Agent ID and Workflow ID, which have solved the problems for thousands of developers who hope to use AI capabilities to solve business needs. Today, I believe the progress of large language models has far exceeded everyone's expectations. We didn't predict that in just 2 years, large language models could write complete code, a pace of progress that I believe will amaze everyone here. This progress also gives us the opportunity to provide developers with a more user-friendly tool. Over the past 2 years, Coz has served tens of millions of different real business scenarios, from milk tea shop owners using our store service system, to solve the problem of queuing during peak hours, to many nonprofit organizations using our donation platform to make every donation traceable. There are also many corporate IT teams using our data processing workflows, boosting processing efficiency by over 70%. We've seen too many real-life dilemmas of users, with novice users learning to drag and drop components, but to achieve a slightly more complex business logic, they might get stuck. Many professional developers feel that dragging and dropping might not be flexible enough, and ultimately they have to fall back on writing code. We've been thinking about one thing. Is there a way to lower the user's barriers to entry, while also meeting the needs of professional developers for flexibility and complexity? Today, we found the answer. Starting today, Coz development platform is officially renamed Coz Programming. Many of you may ask me, why the name change? In fact, this name change represents a strategic upgrade of our entire product. In the past, we were a tool to help you build AI applications, but today, we want to be a platform that empowers developers' creativity. We are no longer just helping you solve the problem of how to achieve it, but helping you focus on the creativity itself. Next, let me introduce some of our new features. Today, we officially embrace a brand new development paradigm, which is web coding. The word web literally means atmosphere and feeling, and I believe Web3 coding will also be one of the hottest terms in 2025. Here, we define it as using natural language to describe your business needs, entering the flow of creation. In the past, you had to learn programming languages, or you had to learn dragging components and adjusting parameters. Today, you only need to describe your requirements clearly in daily language, and the rest can be handled by Coz in programming. Based on the accumulation of serving tens of millions of business scenarios in the past 2 years, we have developed 3 core functional matrices, namely Web Agent, Web Workflow, and Web App. Now, I will introduce these 3 important features one by one. First up, Web Agent, or WebBot. Many users' first impression of COES is the bot platform, which is also one of our earliest features. Today, we all know, to build a helpful bot, you need to write good prompts, build a good knowledge base. When agents need tools and plugins, you may need to ask road colleagues to help you build various tools for agents. When it's time to build a very complex agent, you may need multi-agent architecture, and so on. Today, you may no longer need to worry about these issues. Just tell COES programming your needs, and the agent will write the prompts itself, install the knowledge base itself, and even develop tools for itself. What if the agent misbehaves? You just need to tell the agent, and it will achieve self-iteration and self-evolution in the process of multiple rounds of dialogue. And now, let me demonstrate 2 demos of web agents. First, a data analysis agent. Data analysis has always been a high-frequency requirement in many companies, but making a good data analysis agent is not easy. You need the model to have strong coding ability, know how to make a visual display, and handle file and data parsing capabilities, etc. Today, you only need to describe your requirements clearly in COES, and the agent will be ready in 10 minutes. We can see uploading an Excel to it, and it can call multiple tools for automated processing, and at the same time help you produce a visual data analysis conclusion with illustrations. Next, there is an SEO expert agent. I believe everyone here who has worked on products knows that writing SEO optimization words is very painful, and I believe many people have tried to use large models to expand SEO words, which is also a very high frequency and high need scenario in many companies. But if you really want to do a good job in an SEO agent, it is not easy. It requires reading this article, analyzing the keyword density of this article, and calling some web interfaces to check the latest search trends. Otherwise, the advice given by the LLM may contain a lot of hallucinations. Today, with COES, a very complete SEO assistant. It only takes about 10 minutes to get started. Give it your well-written article, and it will call 5 to 8 tools it developed for multiple rounds of analysis and interpretation, finally giving you a relatively rigorous conclusion. Okay, the next scenario is the web workflow. Workflow has always been the most popular feature on COES, and it is also the feature where AI is most widely used in enterprises. Because the essence of workflow is that humans arrange the entire logic, and then use the LLM as some of the nodes inside, helping you achieve a stable operation, efficient performance, and accurate business process, which perfectly matches the needs of many complex business processes within the enterprise. But at the same time, to set up a good workflow, for many developers without a software engineering background, it is not easy. You need to understand the functions of different nodes and adapt to their input and output parameters, repeatedly adjusting the connections in your workflow. So today, thanks to the progress of large language model capabilities, we have launched the web workflow feature. So you no longer need to manually drag all the nodes, but only need to describe your requirements clearly. The key is that you can still see the web workflow product, the entire workflow visualization process, and can debug and modify nodes. I see that many people who have used web coding will be a little scared, thinking that web coding is a black box. Then our web workflow has a big feature, which makes web coding more controllable and stable, and can better support your complex business logic. Then I will demonstrate a web workflow demo. Okay, this demo is an e-commerce image processing workflow, which is a very common and high-frequency requirement online. Many e-commerce merchants have a large number of new product images that need to be classified every day and need to be labeled. Usually, this workflow requires high stability and concurrency, and it may also iterate this workflow very frequently to adjust different classification strategies. Today, you only need to describe your needs clearly, and soon we will see available workflow automatically generated. We can first check whether its business logic meets your expectations. If not, it doesn't matter. You can select the node you think is wrong and make a dialog style modification. Okay, then the next feature is the web app. As the slogan on the screen says, an idea, a cross-terminal application. In the past, you needed to learn many different terminal programming languages to develop an application that can run on web, iOS, and Android. That's very troublesome. Today, like the two features just mentioned, you still need to convey your ideas to Coz. And Coz will automatically generate interfaces and logic for different terminals, thus completing multi-terminal adaptation. It can also help you integrate the required components, including the latest AI capabilities on our table, as well as the database of VaultEngine, and a cross-terminal application can be completed. Next, let me demonstrate two web app demos. The first one is a 3D data visualization dashboard, which is a common need in our company. Many companies have a lot of data, and data needs to be displayed. We need a unified interface for data tracing. In the past, we needed to find some developers and spend a lot of effort to create a dashboard. We even needed to find a designer to make the big screen look better. In the end, the dashboard may not meet your needs well. In this case, our product manager used natural language and 2 or 3 simple conversations to achieve the effect. We told him that our company has such a visualization need, and you can pass the data you need to display to him through Tools or Excel. He can complete a very good data visualization in a short time. And users of Coz programming can also add a Q&A function to this dashboard, and your users can ask him what data there is. So this is also a feature of Coz programming, which not only has a very good front-end effect, but also has a good back-end logic. Through this case, we can see that as long as you have enough logical thinking ability and enough imagination and creativity, you can express the requirements very clearly. Then codes can often give you a very interesting and even unexpected result. Then next is an interesting case. Our entire codes was launched the night before yesterday. After the launch, our product manager came up with a very interesting idea. Users can use cameras and gestures to adjust different filters in the photo game and control it to take a selfie. Moreover, based on users' real photos, it can generate photos and comics in different styles. Behind this, first, we call the camera in real time to capture users' gestures. Second, we call AI image processing interfaces for style conversion. Additionally, the generated photos are automatically stored on our server for you to share with your friends or download. You are welcome to unleash your creativity in Coz to find more interesting ways to play. All right, having discussed 3 important features, there's another crucial aspect, which is a new concept we're introducing today, Web Info. What exactly is Web Info? As we can see today, in the market and among developers, there are many different web coding products available, as well as web coding works. These have empowered countless developers to create interesting programs from scratch. However, we found a significant issue that hasn't been solved well, which is the web coding products. They haven't truly helped users finish the last mile. Because developing a product from scratch is not the end of the story. If you wanted to generate commercial benefits and value, deployment is necessary, and continuous operation and maintenance are also needed. Previously, you still needed someone who understands deployment and operation and maintenance to assist you. Today, Coz Programming has launched web infra capabilities. Combined with VaultEngine's powerful infrastructure in the cloud computing field, we have provided a set of infrastructure services most suitable for web coding. This includes the automated allocation of server resources, the version deployment management of applications, the domain name filing and configuration, and even the version packaging for iOS and Android. We can help you achieve all these processes in the cloud. And you don't even need to download different IDEs to publish your app to the App Store with one click. Our web infra capabilities are aimed at achieving one thing, which is to build a programming ecosystem truly for all developers. Meanwhile, I'd like to tell COS's long-term users that please be assured that the applications we built with drag and drop in the past will still be there, and we will continue to invest energy and resources to provide better workflows and better orchestration to help everyone continuously create better applications and innovations. Our goal today is never to eliminate a certain development method, but to allow every developer to find the most suitable way of creation for themselves and focus on truly valuable creations. If you are a beginner with no programming background, you can choose to directly tell COS programming your needs through natural language. And if you are a developer with some basic knowledge, you can also use COS programming to free your hands and spend time on deeply understanding the business logic. If you are a very senior programmer who knows how to code, or a developer, you can also develop it elsewhere, or do web coding on other products. And finally, you can still publish the product to COS programming to enjoy the very convenient web infer we provide. Okay, let me review the topic of my sharing today, which is called Farewell to Drag and Drop, Embrace Starflow. The farewell to drag and drop here does not deny the past exploration, and the embrace of Starflow is to hope that everyone can be liberated from mechanical operations and return to the most essential pleasure of our programming, which is the creation itself. Finally, COS brings a benefit to everyone. COS launches a free public test today. Friends who have used web coding should understand, this means a lot of resources. We also hope that everyone can find their own flow in this test. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you. Let's give another round of applause to Kiayu for his wonderful sharing. Thank you. For the past 2 years, COS has always adhered to the original aspiration of software productivity equality, enabling countless people to realize their creativity through low code, opening a new door for developers to program with natural language across the entire chain. More people entering their own flow through COS programming in the future. When it comes to developing enterprise-level agents, a secure and convenient one-stop agent infrastructure is indispensable. Agent Kate helps users quickly develop, deploy, and launch their agents. Now, I'd like to invite Tian Tao Tao, the head of VoltEngine's cloud infrastructure products, about Agent Kate.
Good morning, everyone. I am Tian Tao Tao from VoltEngine. The topic I'm going to share with you today is build like an agent, build like a system. At the end of Beijing's Global Developer Conference, I previewed on the last page of my last session that I must talk about this topic at the next developer conference. Today, I will report on this topic. A very important release at this developer conference is the Agent Kit, which consists of 3 core components. The first one is the agent layer. The agent layer and the Agent Kit framework layer on the right provide multiple development frameworks, such as V1 and V2. Developers can quickly build their own agents. To ensure the security and reliability of the agents, we have set up a security fence. Once you turn on the security fence, all agent requests will undergo security checks and verification when passing through this layer. Only after passing the checks and verification will they enter a mask layer. The mask layer is the intelligent core of our platform. I won't go into detail. Woody has already introduced it a lot. Let's focus on the agent layer. We have built a complete development, operation, and evaluation framework for agent developers, providing full lifecycle management from building to final deployment. In the runtime layer, we offer 4 core capabilities. First and foremost is identity management. which can handle identity authentication and permission authentication, and then there is the gateway, serving as a unified API access and traffic management. The build tools and sandbox layer is particularly important, as our built-in tools and sandboxes provide a secure environment for code execution. Many people really like Scales. We'll release it later. Then comes the version layer. Yesterday, I launched a series of meme products. In short, it enables the agent to effectively remember the context and interact with the history. At the bottom of the platform, we have built a strong observability system. Based on the system, we have built a stronger evaluation system, as well as a guard system. These form a complete closed loop. From application development to model services to runtime support and continuous monitoring, a solid infrastructure is provided for enterprise-level agents. We always say that agent cases are particularly simple, but within VoltEngine, our marketing, HR, and finance, including sales, all need to develop agents with high-code thinking. Today, we will give this answer to Doubao to see how long it takes to develop an AI.
Skilled developers use existing tools and can quickly build with APIs in about 90 to 120 minutes. It takes 1.5 to 2 hours for development, testing, packaging, cloud deployment, and observation configuration. Do you want me to help you sort out a simple steps? 8 minutes? Impossible. The core bottleneck lies in the uncompressible process. Even for the most skilled developers with the best toolchain, the network transmission of single cloud deployment and image pulling, not to mention development, testing, observation, and configuration. The conclusion is that it takes 8 minutes to deploy an existing agent image to the cloud.
Great. Doubao said it can't be done. I think it's fun. Let's challenge it today. Without a single line of code, we program highly
to develop an agent. This agent is very fun. It can first help you create images. It can also help you generate videos. Moreover, based on the images of the previous two people, it is a typical case. Today, we challenge to create an agent from scratch in 8 minutes. Let me check my environment first. Then I will send an instruction to the director. You can start the countdown. Let me check the time. Okay, start the countdown. First of all, our VTT provides good commands. We first created an application through VTT called Force Demo 1219. You can see the application is already up, but I just chose not to enter the AK. Why? Because I put it in the environment variable. Let's see what the entity is. Firstly, I said we would create an entity that can generate videos and images. So we need to modify the prompt. You can see that we use tools to generate images and videos. In that case, it requires tools, which we use to build. It can roughly give me the following content. Let's take a look at the tool class we imported, which is also very smart. I really like ChatGPT. I am a heavy user of ChatGPT. As the product manager of cloud technology, I can do a lot of coding every day. After we finish this application, let's see how it can run. Let me check the AdK run. First demo, when we execute ADK run, it will load the Python class, which is a bit slow because it requires a loading process. Now let's introduce the basic elements of an agent script. In fact, during agent development, everyone knows that an agent has a simple name, a description, and a wake word. There's also a favorite model. My favorite model today is the Doubao 1.8, and my model name is also 1.8. There's also an important concept called tools. A suitable tool is the foundation of all agents. I just said that we need to create a complex enterprise-level agent for image and video generation. Let me have it generate one. Sharon of Shanghai. Video of the Oriental Pearl Tower. Let's take a look. Okay, let's have it generate a video of the Oriental Pearl Tower in Shanghai. At this time, it will interact with the model and then execute the model's work. We can see that because our logs are quite detailed. It has started working. Then we move on to the next step. I said that today's topic is to use the encode kit to build. And it contains my agent-tech definition. Let's see how simple it is. As you can see, after I init AgentKit, it generates a series of configuration files for me. I won't go into details, and I'll continue executing. Config. For config, you need to configure such as the agent name, including a description. Here we choose Python. In the Python version, I have 3.1.2, then I don't need to worry about the configuration items, and I don't need to worry about variables because we choose to deploy in the cloud this time. And Beijing, my container repository, container image. Then I choose kios for authorization, and I will talk about this part later. Then let's see that I will execute. It has executed. Then let's see what it would do now. After it finishes this work, we found that it did several things. One thing is that it builds a local toast object, and at the same time, it starts to do CR and CD in the cloud, which I mentioned yesterday. We will build a Cloud Run in time environment, and it has started to build here. We just looked at what the files generated in this process are, and my config is very simple. Most of them can generate a complete configuration file through default commands. Of course, advanced developers can modify it manually. I also mentioned that our agent kit supports multiple development frameworks, not just V1 and V2. We can also help you package and quickly generate a V2 version of the configuration. Since I'm a VAD developer, I recommend V1 first. I'll explain later why V1 is a better development framework. We can see that the construction has started here, and after the construction, you'll notice that it created a character, which is very, very crucial. This is what we call identity and permissions. Additionally, it generated an API key for me, and everything went smoothly. Our runtime has started. Let me check the control panel. Okay, I can see that the agent key has started. The startup process takes about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Let's take a look at other content. In the app section, we have the app square, which offers 6 highly complex agents, including MCP, A2, and contextual search. In fact, it covers typical complex scenarios in enterprise-level agent development. Let's take a look at the entry templates. I wrote all the code for the several agents here. For example, the smart ordering feature, you can click here to see the code and deployment. You can also find its core capabilities. I believe we have around 16 such cases now, and we will reach 30 by the end of the month, and 100 by next year. We will cover all the core scenarios, and everyone can use HiCode to program. Let's take a look at the deployment process. Okay, it's been 1 minute and 10 seconds. You can see some tools here. For example, we sent out many cases yesterday, and then we have an all-in-one tool and a more mysterious tool. We also released the Skill Sandbox, which was also released yesterday, and we hope everyone can make good use of the capabilities of Skills. Because Skills will basically be as a high-level developer, I predict that Skills will be a very, very crucial capability in the next generation. We are now also requiring our own solutions and products to work on Skills. Okay, this agent should have been successfully operated. Okay, it has been successfully operated. After the successful operation, you can see that a sandbox will be launched at this time. And then let's take a look. I just said that security is very, very important. In Vaulting, we believe that all agents in the development and deployment process, even your own agent, cannot be accessed by the public network casually or through OAuth access. Then let's see who you are. What tools can be used? Yes, this initiates a remote call. Let's take a look at the effect of the remote deployment effect. It may take some time. Overall, our initiator, as we mentioned earlier, the 8 suites of the original defined agent kit are all deployed in the cloud, which can make it easier for you to manage them. Okay, let's take a look at what tools are already listed here. That's all for our demonstration. For more detailed information, you can directly log in to our console to Operator. Okay, good thing we have 5 more seconds. I particularly want to call out Jan Helen. Helen was very worried that I would mess it up. Actually, Helen was disappointed. Next time, I originally wanted to demo for 18 minutes, make a complex agent. How complex? I chose a GPT application. I said I would turn a stored application into an AI agent on the spot in 18 minutes, but Helen told me that it would be too boring, and all the audience might not be able to stand it, and kept asking me to type code. But don't be sorry. We have a closed-door meeting for AI agents this afternoon. We will show you, not demo, create, how to turn an old application into an AI agent. Through the demo just now, you can see that our R&D paradigm is undergoing tremendous changes. First of all, in the AI era, what determines development efficiency? I think there are several important elements. As a heavy developer myself, the first one is to have an AI IDE. As you can see, ChatGPT can not only write code, but also better understand your context, your engineering structure, and intentions, making your coding a collaborative thinking process with the system. Imagine if I asked our finance, marketing, and HR colleagues to write code. I definitely wouldn't ask them to manually type code. Thanks to our skills in solo programming capabilities, which my colleague will elaborate on shortly, they've achieved the goal of enabling everyone to code at a high level, differing from using codes. And it's also with a strong model. In the development of Dobao 1.8 for AIGC, we've actually been testing it for over a month. And it not only has more parameters and greater capabilities, but it can also steadily understand complex tasks, break down multi-step processes, making AIGC not just answering questions, but truly executing tasks. The last important thing is IDK and construction tools. Our V1.0 and V2.0 can demonstrate AIGC's identity. No matter how it is deployed, I'll let you choose, either through an API key or based on a more complex enterprise level OAOS 2.0, including the tool we just demonstrated. Why is our registration page so simple? That's because we developed excellent tools. With good tools, development is very easy. And the right time I just mentioned, which I also mentioned yesterday, is serverless. It doesn't require you to manage computing, network, security, or storage. We have transformed the monitoring and evaluation environment into a set of engineering capabilities that can be directly implemented in production. It's no longer just a demo, but a system that can be scaled up and run. When these 3 aspects are combined, I believe it brings about not just an improvement in efficiency, but a paradigm shift in development. During my presentation, I kept saying that a well-developed agent is particularly important. During our internal development, we also developed a large number of bunnies. Let me summarize the anti-patterns for you. These anti-patterns are actually some typical problems we encountered during our development process. For example, many people treat their own open API or traditional API as agent bunnies. But this is problematic because traditional APIs are for machine invocation with an M2M structure, while agents API is for human intentions. Why? Think about it. The most important thing for an agent is to pass the right parameters when calling tools. If your structure is very, very complex, and it's not possible to rely on natural language and semantic understanding, it will be difficult for the LAM to pass the parameters correctly at once. So we internally emphasize semantic priority, only exposing necessary parameters and gradually expanding, because we believe that a good agent tool first encapsulates a complete task that can be understood by people. And then there is the LLM's hallucination. Everyone actually feels very uncomfortable about hallucination. But I don't think this is the model's problem. Because everyone may have hallucinations. It may not understand the context. There may be various problems. So many of our core tasks, such as high-risk tasks, require a roadmap for all uncertain risk operations. We believe that having a roadmap is not an option, but a security bottom line in developing applications. This is indispensable. Of course, I have listed many other issues here, including the interpretability of LLM and the mistakes we make in our daily work. For example, very large interfaces are not round, which makes it very difficult for AI. There is also context issue. When your context increases, the model performance deteriorates. There are also some slow cases, for which our SDK provides excellent solutions. In the examples we just demonstrated, we have actually demonstrated some common error patterns. But there is one thing that must be highlighted, which is a particularly large anti-pattern. That is, the lack of error recovery capability. We know that when writing APIs traditionally, we generally report an interface for major errors or messages, but this approach should not be used in agent development, because apart from providing this information, you also need to tell it what the correct approach is, and it is best to provide it with a recommendation, because the most important capability of the agent is to react, which can re-understand and repair errors, and even our best practices. In the development process of the agent, we need to introduce a dedicated error handler, which can automatically retry, adjust parameters, and fall back. Many times, we believe a good agent will definitely trigger a lot of hooks. But how to develop good agent hooks is crucial. The two agents I just demoed, we actually spent a lot of time on the hooks. You can take it as a reference. To summarize, I think the failure of the agent may not only be a single point problem of the model, it may be a systematic engineering problem of interfaces, tools, context, and control mechanisms. Only by doing so can we do better. When I was demonstrating just now, I was saying that I started from V1, and we didn't have a single line of code. No line of code. You can see from this picture that we have provided the complete development capabilities for the EDK, including the CLI I used earlier, and my runtime. We have integrated a full range of evaluators. In addition to the built-in evaluators of the ADK, we have also integrated DeepL and ARC evaluators. In addition to the deployment and launch just now, we have also provided a one-stop toolchain, which is not just the tools I listed, but also more complex ones like TTS Voice. We have about 15 built-in tools, just like the images and videos you used earlier, which can be quickly integrated. In this Forge conference, after the meeting, we will send you the attendance records tomorrow, which will also call the live module of V1DK for you. Sorry, it will be generated by the Fishu module. At the same time, we have natively docked ARC, TOOS, COS, Loop, API Plus, and other day platforms, providing very rich built-in tools and many high-end capabilities just mentioned by Woody, like the Response API, which most frameworks do not support. As the official SDK of VoltEngine, we have already supported the Response API. You may have noticed that I specially highlighted one of its capabilities called Skills. During my demonstration earlier, due to the time limitation, if you had given me another 10 minutes, I could have continued to demonstrate the skills. Our own Python version is also used by tens of thousands of people internally. Today, we have also officially released the Golang and Java versions. However, many people may wonder whether we will kidnap users. No. First of all, it is highly compatible with the Google SDK. Secondly, if you don't use the ARC framework, it is also possible to only use ByteDance's stream. Because we do not kidnap, all frameworks and development tools are supported. So I think our VDK really has enterprise-level capabilities right out of the box. Yesterday, we were discussing a topic. I originally wanted to demonstrate a demo on how to make an existing application intelligent. We believe that over the past decade, many companies have completed the informatization and cloudification of their applications. And currently, the main body of application operation is still human-operated through mouse clicks and keyboard input. In the next decade, our focus will be more on making applications more intelligent. Instead of human operation, we want the agent to understand your intentions and directly call your application to make the interaction more natural and efficient. In the traditional model, we operate based on human interaction. We rely on manual operation and point-to-point integration, and the workflow is fixed and static. We can achieve automated scheduling for agents and applications, build tools, and make dynamic decisions. The key point is that we don't want all applications to be rewritten for intelligence. How can we achieve that? Yesterday, we had a major selling point called intelligent replacement. Through the agent, we can quickly make existing intelligent applications intelligent. Firstly, our agent's replacement capability has also provided a simple roadmap. Firstly, we have identified 5 key priorities. The first one is the issue of API asset invocation. As you know, our existing applications already have a substantial number of APIs. Some of these APIs are quite old, while some of the better performing teams already have internal and public APIs, which makes things easier. Our agent gateway relies on the governance experience of over 5,000 microservices within ByteDance to convert current APIs and internal services into agent-ready tools with zero or minimal code modifications. Additionally, traditional APIs can be transformed into a set of API tools. And a very important selling point of our agent gateway is our automatic search capability. As Woody mentioned earlier, our VAE has excellent matching and re-ranking capabilities, which are built into our gateway. It can quickly help you find the needed API from numerous ones. Despite the model's hallucinations, our gateway can greatly enhance the accuracy of the API. For the utilization of existing data and knowledge, our agent kit, as mentioned yesterday regarding memory and knowledge, provides vector and retrieval capabilities homologous to those of Totio and Douyin. We integrate dispersed resources into a knowledge base that can be called by agents, completing the transformation of data knowledge to the agent system. In terms of user permissions, I actually gave a brief demonstration just now, because we believe that identity and permission management are insurmountable everywhere. So we must do this well. Our agent can integrate with existing user interfaces and enterprise IDs, and seamlessly integrate into the unified permission framework of Voltrans, enabling traditional experiences to be directly utilized by the agent, and achieving zero trust and identity consensus system for the agent. This afternoon, because this is quite complicated, I believe identity management is the hardest thing in an enterprise. In the afternoon, we will spend a special hour to show our colleagues how to do this. Execution is very, very important. We mentioned earlier that we have agent runtime, sandbox, and gateway. We can build hundreds of thousands of instances in minutes. Combined with what I mentioned earlier, each launch has authentication and control, including the release of our skills product plan capabilities today. We can upgrade traditional tools to a security operations system running on agents. Lastly, and importantly, is the continuous operation of agents, because the key selling point of Agent Kit is our evaluation. And observability capabilities can help customers achieve quick agent evaluation out of the box. In this evaluation system, we have built in over 50 sets of evaluation systems, which are ready to use, and you don't need to do anything. We are committed to helping users optimize and iterate their agents. I've been talking about incremental application transformation. Incremental means integrating AI into the existing agent system, while native is developed based on AI. The former is more pragmatic. So many companies are quite pragmatic in their communication with us. They prefer to gradually transform to make the best use of AI. The latter should focus on future applications. Gradual transformation is a practical choice, but not the end result. We believe that native applications should not be process-oriented, nor interface-oriented, but goal-oriented, through capability combinations. To give you a good example, Inner 2.0 serves as the model brain, and the engineering system determines whether it can become a long-term, reliable system. Therefore, a more pragmatic approach is to move from incremental transformation to inner native reconstruction, and build it like a system. We'll go back to the persistent plan for reasoning capabilities. This is also why we released the Inner Kit, because it helps us continuously build a set of inner native development tools and suites. Because we still firmly believe that most developers still use high-level code to solve problems. Just like the last Forge conference, at Voltage, we have a good plan, and I also want to give it another preview in advance. The theme of the next Forge conference, because I believe that the future belongs to intelligence, the golden age will be stronger and greater than the impact brought by the web and mobile internet that I have experienced before. The theme is from one to multiple. Embrace the golden age of intelligent development. Well, that's all I have to share. See you at the next Forge conference. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Thanks Tian Tao Tao for your wonderful sharing, showing us how to accelerate the landing of enterprise-level AI agents through Agent Kit. You are welcome to keep following and experiencing more features of Agent Kit. Here, I have to mention TRU. As a super AI developer who can understand requirements, mobilize tools, and independently complete various development tasks, it embodies the efficient collaboration between humans and AI to give a wonderful sharing. Next, let's welcome Wong Tao, the product lead of TRU Enterprise Edition.
Hi, friends from Volktrans. It's great to see you again at the Volktrans conference, everyone. In January 2025, we released the Personal Edition, and today in December, we would like to introduce the Enterprise Edition, an enterprise-level IDE for AI-driven development. First, I'd like to share some data with you. By the end of November, the number of registered users of the Personal Edition exceeded 6 million, among which 70% are highly professional developers. Among these developers, over 90% of them use it to handle daily tasks, which shows a strong connection between tree and enterprise development scenarios. Therefore, we have found that after the release of the personal version of Tree, our team has been receiving various demands, asking when Tree will launch an enterprise version to help them solve some enterprise-level development pain points. We believe that enterprise-level development is more complex than individual development scenarios. For example, there will be more complex repository scales, more complex language environments, and more diverse development scenarios and situations. Therefore, we first conducted a pilot of the enterprise version of the software within ByteDance's internal team, such as our Douyin, Totio, Fishu, and Soda Music teams. And we are very grateful for the help of these teams. After we received recognition from these internal teams, we decided to bring the enterprise version of Trap to everyone, hoping to bring ByteDance's internal best practices to everyone as well. In the entire enterprise-level development scenarios, we think there are 4 core elements that are very important, namely security, performance, management, and integration capabilities. Let's start with security. For the enterprise version of Trend, customer security is always our top priority. Therefore, in the development process of the Trend Enterprise version, we have provided a lot of security guarantees. First of all, there is project-level security control. We can help enterprise developers and users manage which core repositories cannot be touched by AI, ensuring the leakage of core projects. At the same time, we will also provide a strict security access control mechanism to carry out strict permission control and access mechanism in the process of use, and carry out strict encryption in the process of transmission to reduce the security risks of use. For the most important code asset data security of the enterprise, for users, enterprise users' data will only be retained on the developer's local computer. When some data needs to be transmitted to the large language model in the cloud, we will also achieve incineration after use. We assure our enterprise clients that all data passing through the LLM will never be used for model training. Additionally, on top of that, we offer different models for different enterprises. One is the SaaS model, and the other is our VPC exclusive model. For SaaS model users, they can quickly use the latest capabilities and experience of AI and avoid some limitations of local deployment in terms of upgrades and expansion. For enterprises with very strict security compliance, we also provide a VPC deployment mode, which can meet the strict compliance requirements while achieving high availability and elastic scaling. For Trend, our enterprise version is not only about security compliance, but also about enabling enterprises to operate stably and reliably without any worries to use the industry's most advanced AI capabilities. In addition to security, performance is fundamental for enterprises. In enterprise development scenarios, whether it is smooth or not affects the efficiency and collaboration of enterprise development. Trey teams up with VoltEngine to provide enterprise users with ultimate performance. Based on VoltEngine's large-scale GPU cluster, we ensure low latency and high concurrency for enterprise users. We also provide more efficient enterprise-level locking capabilities for the enterprise version, which can easily handle the retrieval and update of hundreds of millions of lines of code and large-scale documents. At the same time, we also support multi-region, multi-active architecture to ensure the stability and availability of our services. The overall performance is not only based on the infrastructure, but also in the entire high performance in the Chat Enterprise version. We have also done in-depth performance optimization for mainstream development languages and frameworks. On the one hand, we have improved the code index parsing of these languages and frameworks and optimized the static analysis and memory management mechanism. We hope that enterprise-level developers during use can occupy less performance, CPU, and memory, making the experience smoother and less laggy. Not only in terms of performance and speed, we have also made separate optimizations for these languages and frameworks in terms of effectiveness. In our internal team feedback process, the code generation rate of these optimized versions has increased by 30%. Here I would like to mention again, it's well known that ByteDance has a large number of Go developers, which gives us rich experience in Go. This also benefits Tree, allowing us to make deeper optimizations in Go, making further progress in performance. So we warmly welcome Go developers to use Tree. You might get some unexpected surprises. Okay, next is about management. We found that when companies are actually implementing AI coding, they are very concerned about one point, which is how I manage and control such AI software and products. We think excellent management capabilities are the foundation for enterprise-level software to run well. So the enterprise version of Trim provides a complete solution in this regard. First of all, we support the enterprise version of Trim to access the enterprise-level unified permission management so that it can quickly access the existing SSO system and permission system within the enterprise and achieve single sign-on and unified authentication, hoping that during the internal use of the enterprise, the editing permission boundaries are clear and its compliance will be more guaranteed. Then, for the enterprise-level usage, the cost and cost management of member organizations will be very important because we found that in the enterprise, compared with individual developers, the call volume of the enterprise is very large and the cost is very high. So the Trend Enterprise Edition supports real-time usage monitoring, unified billing management to help the enterprise clearly understand the usage and to more wisely control the costs. Finally, it is actually a relatively large scenario of using AR software, which is how to measure my ROI. In this scenario, we also provide the visualization ability of our We provide multidimensional data analysis capabilities, which allow business managers to more intuitively see the value brought by AI coding. For example, in the process of using AI coding, how much coding efficiency have I improved, and how much time and cost have I saved? We hope to give a clear and quantified answer to the question of whether AI investment is worthwhile. As an enterprise-level development tool, we think the last capability, integration, is a key factor in determining whether internal users can really use it. We think an enterprise-level development tool should not be an independent software island, but should be deeply integrated into the internal development process, using its existing process specifications and tools to deeply integrate, which can help enterprise users use it more smoothly. The first thing that the Trend Enterprise Edition does here is the open integration of the model. First of all, the Trend Enterprise Edition has built in some domestic compliant models, such as the Doubao model, DeepSeek, Kimi, and so on. At the same time, we found that many enterprise users have also purchased some of their own model resources, and Trend also very much welcomes enterprise users to connect their own model resources to Trend for use, because Trend has served millions of individual developers, which has allowed us to accumulate rich experience and capabilities in model docking. We allow enterprise users to choose whatever model they want, and they can be well adapted to the Trend software. Secondly, we have also made certain openness and integration in the process, helping the enterprise version of Trend in the process of enterprise development to integrate into the respective scenarios of different enterprise teams. This is our customized agent. Developers can be based on our own agent framework to optimize at a deeper level according to their own scenarios and specifications. For example, enterprise developers can access the knowledge base in their own team, allowing this AI to understand the business context and code specifications of different scenarios within the enterprise. We believe that only by fully understanding the real situation of the front line of the business, the code generated by AI can be more in line with the real needs within the enterprise and will be more accurate and controllable. At the same time, we also support enterprise developers to share some of the development specifications within their own teams, MCP tools, etc., into the agent of Trap. At this time, Trap can not only produce code by itself, but also use some existing tool chains within the enterprise to support the enterprise, making it more convenient for enterprise developers to develop. Here, we have also covered the very mainstream MCP ecosystem, and we have also integrated the Volcano MCP market, making it more convenient and diverse for enterprise developers to choose tools. We will also provide more in-depth development capabilities later, and open capabilities to allow enterprises to integrate more upstream and downstream tools for R&D. For example, internally, our enterprise can directly connect existing tools, pipelines, and data sources to TRIT, so that in the entire enterprise development scenario, TRIT can not only help developers write code, but also play a greater role in CI/CD DevOps and other systems. After discussing the key points above, let's talk about the product matrix of the entire TRIT enterprise version. We found that in the real development scenarios of enterprises, there are different development languages, frameworks, and scenarios, and every developer has different usage habits. We found that developers have diverse needs for development tools, and here, we don't want to constrain users' usage patterns. Instead, we want to offer users more options in different scenarios. Therefore, the TRIT Enterprise version offers users 3 different product forms, namely TRIT IDE, TRIT Plugin, and the brand new TRIT CLI. Let's start with TRIT IDE. It's an integrated development environment. Thanks to our own self-developed capabilities of the IDE, we are able to be less framed within this IDE and provide users with a more extreme interaction experience and more innovative features. Additionally, based on this self-developed IDE, we are also able to feed more types and more complete contexts to the AI within the IDE, such as the code editing history in the IDE, git commit history, and some runtime errors, and so on. All of these contexts can help the AI to improve its performance and make its output more stable and usable. In the IDE, smart code completion is one of our core scenarios. In our communication with enterprise developers, we found that for enterprise developers, this is a professional and serious development scenario, and code completion is still a very frequently used scenario. Our smart code completion can understand the semantics of the code in real time according to the context of the code, understand the project structure and dependencies, and generate highly accurate and directly usable code suggestions. In terms of functionality, based on basic code continuation, we have also brought more powerful capabilities, such as intelligent rewriting, multi-point editing, and surprising cursor prediction. We hope to achieve an upgrade from code optimization to intent prediction, making the developer experience more smooth. Secondly, in terms of completion capabilities, we believe that the current world benchmark is still cursor, but according to the evaluation data, our experience in core scenarios is very close to cursor's performance level. Meanwhile, completion is a scenario that is very sensitive to latency performance, and slow completion speed will greatly affect the user's coding experience, making it very choppy. It can be seen that Trend has already taken the lead in completion speed compared to Cursor in the domestic version. Additionally, in the next version, we will catch up with Cursor's performance level in the overseas version, reducing the overall completion delay to within 300 milliseconds, providing users with a smoother and more sensitive completion experience. Secondly, the entire coding agent is another core capability provided by the IDE. Here, the enterprise version of Trend offers more complex coding agent capabilities that better meet the needs of enterprises. For example, it can support larger warehouses here, similar to indexing for extremely large warehouses at the level of 1 line of code for 100,000 files. At the same time, we also provide enterprise-level developers with a larger context window and more rounds of AI tool call capabilities to help enterprise developers solve complex enterprise-level problems. Of course, a larger window and more tool calls will bring more token consumption, and it will be more expensive than the personal version. In the scenario of the coding agent, we can refer to a commonly used evaluation list in the industry, and it can be seen that the score of Trend is already at the top, and it is in the same echelon as the world's first-tier teams. We think this is not only a manifestation of the model's capabilities, but also shows that Trend has already accumulated sufficient advanced knowledge in tool chains, context management, and agent scheduling. In addition to the form of Trend ID, we also provide plugins for developers in the enterprise, because we found that many enterprise developers want to retain their original programming tools. So for these developers, while retaining the original programming tools, they can experience the complete capabilities of the latest AI of Trend. Now, we have adapted a series of mainstream IDEs such as VS Code and JetBrains, allowing developers to easily in the VS Code and JetBrains plugin stores, install with one click and enable it easily. In addition to IDE and plugin, here we also officially launched the third piece of the puzzle of the Trend Enterprise product matrix, Trend CLI. It is a lightweight command line. which is very independent and suitable for enterprise-level tasks that focus on batch execution in the back end. For example, large-scale test patching, batch generation, batch refactoring, code migration, and other automated scenarios. At the same time, thanks to its lightweight features, CLI can be easily integrated into other software processes, such as in the CI/CD process. It can connect with the enterprise script pipeline more seamlessly, extending the capabilities of AI into the team's automation system and production environment. So if you're interested, you can go to the official website of Trend to experience and use it. Having discussed our product form, I'd like to talk about some real cases of the Trend Enterprise Edition landing within ByteDance. Let's start with the Douyin's Life Service team. They were one of the teams that used Trend very early on. They used Trend in a wide range of scenarios, not just in code coding, but also across the entire DevOps workflow. From requirement to development, testing, and release, they integrated Trend's capabilities into every step. In the requirement phase, developers can directly import product requirements from Fishu documents into Trend, which will be converted into a highly restored product code prototype. Then, in the development phase, leveraging Trend's custom agent capabilities, developers can have Code Review Agent assist in code reviews, and UT Agent to execute and generate unit tests. In the testing phase, developers use Trend to automatically generate test cases, combining them with their own team's knowledge base, such as product requirement documents, their own Word specifications, and technical documents for the server side to verify the unilateral side. In the release phase, they can use Trend to integrate with internal platforms to achieve rapid release without human intervention. In this way, Trend is not just a code writing assistant, but truly integrates all the upstream and downstream tools and processes into the DevOps system of the team and the enterprise, after which the specific data it brings is also very intuitive. In the Life Service team, the entire AI code contribution has exceeded 40%, covering nearly half of the code R&D output. In the case of test cases, it helps the team save more than 40 days per week on average, significantly reducing the manpower input in the testing phase. In the release phase, unmanned release will save 25 minutes each time, making the release phase faster and more stable. The next example I want to share with you is an example of the Douyin quality team. If the previous team used the entire tree very widely, then the Douyin quality team will use the tree very deeply. Their biggest pain point is the complexity of the business and the huge amount of code. On this basis, if you need to write unilateral use cases manually, it would take a long time and it is very difficult to avoid omitting some cases. So based on the ecosystem of tree and MCP, they have built a complete set of automatic unilateral workflows. First, they will use the agent of the tree to generate test cases, and then connect this test case to the execution link within the team through MCP, and directly run these cases. During the process, if there is an execution failure, the agent will combine the failure information and context to repair the case and then run it again. And in this repeated process, finally, when the case is executed, Kui will help them output a complete test report to facilitate the entire team to track and manage. Under this link, the improvement is very obvious, and the average generation time on one side has been compressed to within 18 minutes. Compared with manual test case writing, the efficiency has been improved several times. Meanwhile, the first compilation pass rate of test cases has exceeded 70%, which means that even in enterprise scenarios with complex business environments, most of the test cases can be directly compiled once they are generated, greatly reducing the workload of repeated debugging. We also hope to use the enterprise version of TRAD to bring these achievements to more enterprise customers. That's all we want to share today. Finally, I'd like to add some perspectives to share with you. In less than a year since the release of Tray, since January 2025, we have received feedback from millions of CN users and real usage from ByteDance's internal teams. We truly find that AI coding has crossed the inflection point of being just a toy. It has become a productivity tool that can truly solve enterprise-level tasks, bringing significant efficiency improvements to companies and teams. That's why we hope to launch the enterprise version of Tray now, so that more companies can use it to enhance R&D efficiency and inspire creativity. Feel free to visit tray.cn to experience the full capabilities of the enterprise version.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Wang Tao, for your wonderful sharing. We saw the infinite possibilities of AI in enhancing R&D productivity. You are welcome to keep following and experiencing more features of chat and feel the efficiency boost of chat. Well, that's the end of our morning's developer forum. Thanks to all speakers. In the era of large language model, VolcEngine and developers will keep going. We hope to work together with all developers and create a better future together. Please take care of your belongings. At 2 p.m., Kate from Volcano Arc, together with Coase and other colleagues, will officially kick off 5 subforums on the 6th floor from 616 to 620. In addition to technical sharing, there will also be hands-on practice and small group discussions. Seats are limited, so please come and join us as soon as you have lunch.